This is a stimulus update and daily news report. We're going to skip the intro, save you some time, and get right to the point. So some clever teens have worked out a way to fake positive COVID test results in viral TikTok videos. So what you see right here, this is called a lateral flow test. It takes biological fluids and it tests for COVID that way. It's different than the ones they stick up your nose. So what these clever teens have figured out is that if you put Coca-Cola, orange juice, ketchup, lemon juice, anything like that that has some type of acid in it, and you put it into one of these lateral flow tests, then it'll test positive for COVID, and basically it'll say that the kid or teenager has COVID. This is a way for these 14, 15-year-olds to get out of school for 14 days, and TikTok, which is a social media platform that's used by a lot of teens, is banning these type of videos for fake COVID tests, but fails to take them down. I don't know if they have the manpower to take them down or what, but it's giving a lot of mischievous teens the information of how to get out of school, test positive for COVID, but it probably caused a lot more problems for the school. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Next, let's talk about what's going on with unemployment, the unemployment cuts. So it's unclear whether state cuts to unemployment benefits got people back to work in June. So as of now, they're not really sure if all those states that cut the unemployment benefits, it actually helped people, hurt people. So the US added 850,000 new payrolls in June, the biggest number since 2020. 26 states have withdrawn from the federal unemployment benefits programs in recent weeks to try to get people back to work. And as of now, labor economists are saying that they don't know. It's too soon to draw conclusions of whether or not cutting those unemployment benefits was what created the job growth. They don't know that as of now. What we do know is that more workers are suing states that were canceling unemployment benefits, and some are successful. So far, we have Indiana, Maryland, Ohio, and Texas. Ohio is the most recent one. Tennessee looks like it might be another one that's going to have another lawsuit go about. Probably going to see a lot more lawsuits before September 6th, which is when the expiration date of the unemployment benefits end. So Maryland was successful. They have their unemployment benefits paying again. Indiana won the lawsuit, but they're not getting paid. Texas still in the process of doing that. Next, let's talk about what's going on with infrastructure and all this crazy drama going on in Congress. So Nancy Pelosi rips Mitch McConnell for touting stimulus aid for Kentucky, and she says, vote no and take the dough. So what's going on here is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi slammed Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell for touting the benefits of the stimulus law for his home state of Kentucky. The $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief law cleared Congress in March without any Republican support, and Nancy Pelosi tweeted saying, vote no and take the dough, responding to another tweet that from Mitch McConnell saying, in Kentucky, Mitch McConnell in Kentucky talks Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief law, saying it passed on a straight party line vote, so you're going to get a lot of money. I didn't vote for it, but you're going to get a lot of money. Cities and counties in Kentucky will get close to $700 to $800 million. So basically, Nancy Pelosi pointing out the hypocrisy there, I guess saying Mitch McConnell is, I don't know, happy about getting the money or not. It's just, political drama. You know how that goes. Problem Solvers Caucus backed bipartisan infrastructure deal. So talked about this a couple of days ago. I'm going to play you a video clip of them exactly talking about what's going on with the Problem Solvers Caucus and the infrastructure package moving forward.
Congressman Fitzpatrick, let me start with the basic question. Have all 29 Republicans in your caucus agreed to vote yes if it reaches the floor?
Yeah, thanks for having us, Chris. We endorsed the package, so our caucus rules are that if 75% of the overall caucus agrees and 50% of each party's members agree, we agree to stand together as a bloc. Now, we endorsed this go-around. We actually had our own plan, the Building Bridges plan, which we endorsed, and that was a substantive framework that we came up with. And what we just endorsed is a statement of support of the Senate plan for a standalone vote, and that's the key here. That's what we want. The bill should be up or down voted based on its own merits, no strings attached.
But as you know, Congressman Gottheimer, Speaker Pelosi said she wouldn't put anything on the floor until the Senate passes both bills. I mean, if you get Republicans, obviously you could lose some Democrats. But it's kind of a risky strategy, I think, on both sides. And I wonder if you've had conversations with Speaker Pelosi about it.
Well, listen, thank you so much for having me, first of all. And it's great to be here with Brian. There's something that's very rare here. Democrats and Republicans in both the House and the Senate actually coming together and agreeing on something. And there's nothing right now more pressing than fixing our nation's infrastructure. So what I believe, and members of the caucus endorsed yesterday, is let's get together, let's get a vote on this package, this bipartisan infrastructure package that the White House has backed and frankly, that we've been working together now for months on. And of course, it doesn't prevent us from doing something further down the road on another package, but we've got great momentum here. The country needs to fix roads, bridges, rail, tunnels, water infrastructure, get energy, clean energy going. This is a great chance to get that done, and I believe we can get it done. So I believe we should get a standalone vote.
So, Congressman Fitzpatrick, let me dig a little deeper on this standalone vote. Key to the separate proposal, what some people are calling the second proposal, is expanding child care, fighting climate change. Is there no support in your party for either of those things?
Of course, Chris. I mean, we support those concepts. The question is, what is in the final bill? What does it look like? And is it a product of bipartisan input? Our caucus stands for something very simple, Chris. That is, we believe in two-party solutions. We don't think that one party has a monopoly on good ideas. Just like our families operate, our personal relationships operate, our businesses function. It's the normal common sense way America wants us to govern.
So it looks like everybody's tiptoeing around Nancy Pelosi. She does hold a lot of power. She could decide whether or not she wants to vote for the bipartisan infrastructure package or not. She says she doesn't want to do it unless there's a reconciliation bill alongside it that's going to be passed. Keep in mind, the reconciliation process could take up to a month or longer, so the bipartisan infrastructure could pass sooner, and then the reconciliation bill could pass later. So let's talk about timeline. Yesterday I spoke about timeline. We have a new timeline going on here. So Senate eyes taking up bipartisan infrastructure deal as soon as July 19th. So who said this? This is an anonymous source that told The Hill. The Hill is a pretty credible news source. I read from it a lot. So a bipartisan infrastructure agreement could be brought up on the Senate floor as soon as the week of July 19th, a source confirmed to The Hill. So basically, we don't know if it's going to be voted on July 19th, if it's going to, they're going to start working on it then. Basically, the Senate is on vacation now for a couple of weeks. They're not getting back until July 12th. So I'm assuming that week they're probably going to tie up loose ends and then hopefully have the vote for the bipartisan infrastructure package and introduce the reconciliation bill, which is the American Families Plan. We don't know. Hopefully something happens. Action needs to be taken. There's way too many people who are struggling, who need help right now. Next, let's talk about what's going on with taxes. I get a lot of your questions. Tax refunds for the unemployment $10,200 and just tax refunds in general. So tax experts said it may take longer than the summer to get the delayed refunds. So the IRS is very backed up right now. They did the stimulus checks. They're doing the child tax credit coming up, among a few other things. And over 35 million tax returns are unprocessed as IRS struggles. So there's 35 million tax returns that they haven't even gotten to, a huge backlog. Still no update from the IRS regarding when people are going to get their tax returns, when they're going to get the money, the $10,200. We haven't had an update with that tax return in weeks from the IRS. So it looks like the IRS is just a big mess. Speaking of the IRS, they just put out an announcement yesterday. So the IRS holds special weekend events to help people who don't normally file taxes to get child tax credit payments and economic impact payments. So they put out a notification. They're trying to do outreach. This is part of a wider effort by the IRS to reach as many people as possible who don't file a tax return but may be eligible for the child tax credit and economic impact payments. We encourage people to share this information widely and encourage those who need help to visit these locations. So they're talking about still the third stimulus check. For people who haven't gotten the third stimulus check yet, and the IRS doesn't have your information, you can go through the non-filers sign-up tool. It's on the IRS website. Also, if you are expecting to get the child tax credit and you haven't filed your 2019-2020 taxes, you're going to have to go through the non-filers tool as well to get it, because payments are starting July 15th. So I highly recommend doing that. This is the printout that they said. So in all major cities across the country, started at the end of June And then it's also going to be this upcoming weekend, it looks like, in a lot of major cities to talk about what's going on with the child tax credit, or if you're missing your third stimulus check, they're going to have little centers and stuff that you could go to and talk to them. But let's talk about a fourth stimulus check. What's going on with that? Will there be another relief payment? I get a lot of your questions. Are we getting a fourth stimulus check? Well, we can't say that we're definitely getting a fourth stimulus check, and we can't say that we're definitely not getting a fourth stimulus check. President Biden open to the idea. Many politicians in Congress have said that they wanted a fourth stimulus check. They want it to be in the American Families Plan, which is the reconciliation bill. Is there going to be a fourth stimulus check? At this point, we're still waiting to see. The petition is growing and growing. Almost it's over 2.5 million signatures so far. There's definitely a need for a fourth stimulus check. Congress, many members in Congress, Democrats are saying that they want a fourth stimulus check. President Biden said that he's open to hear about a fourth stimulus check, but when it comes to the people, many people are desperately in need for a stimulus check to get out of debt from the pandemic, to stop struggling, to actually pay for food, help out their families. So a fourth stimulus check is definitely needed. Whether it's going to be a one-time payment or monthly, we're not sure yet. My hunch said that it might be that, or my hunch says that it's going to be a one-time payment. I don't see the possibility of a recurring, but I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Do you think the fourth stimulus check, if there is one, is it going to be a monthly check? Is it going to be a one-time payment? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Next, I'm going to answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. So Linda Gutierrez says timeline. So I'm assuming timeline for everything. So with the bipartisan infrastructure package, looks like the week of July 12th or the week of July 19th, there should be a vote going on, and hopefully that's when we figure out exactly what is going to happen. We just want to know. We just want some closure. We just want to know what's going to happen. I know it's just as frustrating for you to be left in the dark and not sure if it's going to happen or not. We want to know if it's going to happen yes or if it's going to happen no. Next, Witch Doctor says, how do I find and sign the bipartisan bill? So the bipartisan infrastructure bill, unfortunately, can only be signed by Congress members. So Congress members sign that bill. They're the only ones in charge of that. So unfortunately, citizens are not able to sign or vote for a bipartisan bill. It's only up to Congress. Next, Gina Logan, how do we sign for the checks? So I think you're talking about the petition that I've spoken about in the past. So if you type in Google like change.org petition for $2,000 monthly checks or fourth stimulus check, you'll see it. It has over 2 million signatures so far. You could sign right there. Next question, Belinda Reeves asks, when did Nancy Pelosi become president? Nancy Pelosi probably has more power than the President of the United States. She does have a lot of power. And then Cheryl Lessenring said the same time Moscow Mitch did when Republicans were in office. Yeah, both Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi have a lot of power. They've been in office for over 30 years, each of them. I think it's time for them to step off, whether you're Democrat or Republican. I think we could both agree it's no longer about the American people. It seems like it's just a power struggle and power dynamic. Anyways, that is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To hopefully cheer you up a bit, here is my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is a tip of the day. I want to tell you one of my favorite secrets. Adults don't know everything. So I don't too. I know I'm really smart, but I don't really know as much things. You don't know as much things, but we're all gonna learn. I promise. If you keep on working every day, I can, and we all can, and we can all be really smart. And we can all be really smart.
And if you appreciate how I got straight to the point, no fluff, I tell you how it is, I show you the article, show you the proof, give this video a like and subscribe if you want more straight to the point updates like this. And if you want to check out any of my other videos, I have a couple of other channels. You can click this link up here, or if you want to check out any of my other stimulus updates, fill in some gaps of information that I might have spoken about in the past, you could click this link down over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe, thank you for watching.